'Cause I will rise, you can't hold me down. Watch me unfold, I'll keep it strong. And I won't hide, I will live it loud. Through highs and the lows, I won't let go. Undeniable. Undeniable.
All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have an amazing day ahead, so let's just get into it. Did you guys ever read those? Somebody wants to scare some children, that's for sure. I'm excited about that little haul. Another little unsanctioned one over here. Feta.
Now it's time to head to the movies with our cinematic crusader. Here with another titanium take, here's our movie maven Kai.
Well, hey there, everyone. It is I, your movie maven Kai, and we are deep in the summer ween. It has actually happened, guys. We made it this far. I am a Halloween person year round, but summer ween is something that a lot of us like to, have our little delusional moments, our little escapism time when it's going to be 112 degrees. At least that's what it gets out, here in Los Angeles, and just downright unlivable. So, we surround ourselves with, our pumpkins and our spice and anything else that makes us feel like it might be a little bit fall, because, if you change the environment, then maybe you can change your behavior. And I don't know about you, but when it's too hot, my behavior is you don't want it. So Rusty asked me, she goes, we're looking at like horror movies for the summer. It's the 50th anniversary of Jaws, and I'd love to hear your take on it, and it's lasting, blah blah blah. And I regret to inform you guys that I've never seen Jaws all the way through in one sitting. I haven't. I've only ever seen it in pieces because it is horribly boring to me. I fall asleep every single time that I watch it. It's in the category with like How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And for some reason, as I got older, Edward Scissorhands. I want to say that Edward Scissorhands and the Grinch, there's a calmingness to like the music or something that's in it. Maybe that's it with Jaws too, but I have never seen it all the way through in one sitting. And what I saw of it, I didn't care for. It's just not my thing, guys. I would love to love it the way everyone else does. Like all of these, authority, places, the AFI and all these different, movie sites and whatever. They're always like, oh my God, it's the scariest movie of all time. It changed beach culture. It changed this, it changed that. And I just, it didn't affect me the same way it affected everybody else. So I thought that I would, and it's also not a horror movie. It's a monster movie. The same way the Jurassic Park isn't a horror movie, it's a monster movie. So there's that. I thought that I would talk about another, controversial movie that has an anniversary coming up. In Scream, Randy says that it's his favorite scary movie.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Showgirls. Absolutely frightening.
I feel like I've talked about Showgirls on this before, but we should always talk about Showgirls because it is one of the best, worst movies ever made. If you've never seen this movie, pause this immediately, go watch it, and then come back. But if you don't have time, I'll give you your synopsis if you've not seen it. Showgirls. I love this movie so much. Showgirls is about a girl who runs off to Las Vegas to basically disappear. It's played by Elizabeth Berkley, who before this really had only done Saved by the Bell. And she comes out, she's a dancer, she, gets a job at a strip club called the Cheetah. She's dancing there, she's, doing her thing. One night, one of the, executives and the stars of one of the topless shows up on the strip, I believe it was the Gold Dust that no longer exists, they come down and they see her and they get kind of infatuated with her. And they decide to bring her in for an audition, a dance audition to be in the show. Gina Gershon and Kyle MacLachlan are, the people who bring her in. And Kyle MacLachlan, kind of falls for her. And Gina Gershon, kind of falls for. I don't know. It's a whole thing. But basically what it's about is a girl that, has a past that goes to Las Vegas to try to find something better. Everything kind of catches up with her. She finds a best friend who, tries to take care of her, and it turns into, kind of a mess, and turns into her essentially having to run away again, because the people that are depicted in this, and that's not to say that everybody that runs a Las Vegas show or is in a Las Vegas show is a horrible person. I actually know a lot of people that run Las Vegas shows or are in Las Vegas shows. These particular people, and we're talking 1995, it's a little bit different of a Vegas than it is now, were horrible people. And so a lot of things are discussed, the way that performers are treated in general, the way that especially female performers are, pit against each other, because, if they, aren't constantly trying to, backstab each other or get rid of the other one, they're never gonna, be a star. They're never gonna move up, and these contracts and the expectations and blah, blah, blah. There's a lot being said in a movie that overall, doesn't have, the positive attention that it should. But eventually it did become, more of a cult hit. And, nowadays it's something that a lot of people, really, really enjoy, and they watch it for not just the absolute fantastic, we'll call it choreography between, Gina Gershon and Elizabeth Berkley. But I mean, like, the whole thing is interesting, and it's a snapshot of a very different Vegas, back in the day. They have pictures of the Strip, or they have, shots of the Strip and different places that just aren't there anymore. And it's interesting to see when, you've been going there as long as I have, because I'm very, 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 very old. So I remember when it was just downtown. There was just the Fremont. Anyway, so Showgirls, the joke in, Scream 2 is, it's my favorite scary movie. Absolutely, frightening. When it first came out, again, was just absolutely panned. Everyone hated the fact that Elizabeth Berkley did this movie. The people that were in it, Kyle MacLachlan was always like the quintessential, like, creepy guy. Like, if you couldn't get Kyle MacLachlan, then you ended up with Eric Stoltz. I feel like those are the two, but they're also the two, like, actors, I feel like, in Hollywood that could take on a role like this, and no one would be like, I bet you they're a creep in real life. I personally would love to be best friends with Kyle MacLachlan, especially if you follow him on social media. He is so delightful and entertaining. I would love to be like next door neighbors with him, because I feel like I could make Twin Peaks and Showgirls references to him ad nauseum, and he would counter with the correct line that comes next. Like, to this day, Showgirls is the reason why I say Versace. And if you've ever seen Showgirls, you understand what that is. But I cannot walk through a mall. I cannot walk down Rodeo. I cannot do anything where there is a Versace and not see the sign. And whether I'm with somebody or not, I could be completely alone and by myself and see a Versace, and out loud from my mouth, I will say, ooh, a Versace. This has actually gotten me some really fun conversations in the past. Somebody noticed that I said that. And then there's a nice little exchange, and you make a new best friend. Because if someone, catches a reference like that from a cult movie with the love that, they showed for this particular movie, then you're doing well. I've made some really good friends that way. Anyway, and not just from Showgirls. Like, guys, be a movie geek. You find friends a lot easier as an adult than you think you would. Guys, we are almost all the way through June. There's a lot going on. We are making our way through it, and I'm so very proud of you for making it through it, for finding, your people, finding your peace, finding those little places. Hey, if you're in the middle of, an emotional and nervous breakdown, that's okay too. That's totally fine. Because you're not alone. And at the end of the day, we're all gonna, get through it. It's, the thing that, you know, everybody says every single bad day, every horrible experience, every moment that you've ever felt like, oh my God, I'm on my way to rock bottom, you have made it through. And that's what we have to keep our eyes on. And sometimes in order to get through those moments and truly just kind of dissociate from everything and, you know, really relish in our delusions, we have to watch bad cinema. And if it helps that you can go and discover a movie like Showgirls, revisit a movie like Showgirls, or just, you know, really indulge in the fact that you love this movie as much as so many of us do. Maybe that's all you need. Well, you also need to drink your water and take your meds, and then, you know, come back to see us next week.
Crazy. This is wild. Where to start here?